Peace, peace, and good morning, my peoples. It's your boy, Sincere 7, coming to you live and direct from the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit, Florida edition. So yeah, it's your boy. I'm tapping in, tuning in. Y'all know how we do. Get on little lives, talk a little ish, things like that. Um, Man, so I've been getting quite a few of the inboxes from the group page. And people are asking me, what do we offer? And I'm like, they must not follow the videos. How, so then I'm like, okay, well maybe I'm not speaking enough about what it is we offer and what we do. I've heard that our people's attention span is real short, right? And so the ability to actually follow along for a long time or pay attention to things as they continue to come, they don't be adding up all the time. I'm like, okay, I can get that. So, some people have been talking to me about basically how I present, have been keeping me posted on like how they say you gotta present things 6 times before people even realize that you said something about it once, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get that. It ain't like everybody follows and listens to the videos and everything just because I post them, right? So the idea of people understanding what the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit is and what we do and what we offer, in reality, that's based off if they've been really tapped in, tuned in enough to listen to that. I do a lot of videos. I do a lot of posting that sometimes has nothing to do with what I'm actually offering or what we actually do, or to leave people, with without the understanding of who we are, what we do, and how we operate. So I just felt like this would be a good morning, a good day to present those things, to give people an understanding, so that the people who are inboxing saying, "What do y'all offer?" Y'all can just watch this video. It says it. What do we offer? What do we do? So if you really want to know, tap in, watch the videos. To the people who are subscribed on the YouTube page channel where the videos come in at, again, some people might be following and not be aware of the things that we actually offer or do, but only aware of, the presence of the shit I be talking, right? So I just wanted to kick it a little bit, not go too deep into any teachings, but just more give people an understanding of who we are at the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit and what we do. That's about it. Just a little Kush Koffee. I definitely macrodose this morning. Also, I got me a nice cup of cacao with a nice little probably gram in there, 55.55 grams of ceremonial cacao. You know, blend it up real nice. Oh man, that is a um what do we call entheogen? This is a empathogen. The cacao. That's the word I was trying to remember the other day when I was talking about it, y'all. It's an empathogen. It's a heart opener. Has you feeling that empathy and that love and compassion and connectedness. You know what I'm saying? To the one as a whole, to the individuals around you, which is a beautiful place, a beautiful feeling to be at. So I'm loving this cacao. If y'all have an issue drinking coffee and you're trying to get off and switch to something better, I definitely invite you to check out that cacao. That's definitely what you probably want. So, y'all know how I do. Let me get one twisted up. We'll start talking that shit. All right. Y'all got any questions, comments, concerns? Feel free to drop them. Y'all already know. Talk to me. I talk back. Talk a little shit because I talk that. Let's just keep it respectful. So with that being said, got my little blunt rolled up. You know what I'm saying? Microdose kicking in. Cacao got me feeling lovely. What do we do? All right, well, at the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit, there's 3 pillars to be aware of. Like, this is the gist of it. Like, if we just wanted to compact it all down to 3 ideas or 3 pillars of the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit. What do we do? We educate, we guide, and we give experiences. That's kind of easy, right? First thing, education is an academy. Can we learn some shit? Yes, please. If not, there's no need to be here. Some people need assistance, need guidance, need help, need somebody to point a finger or say a word. You know what I'm saying? We offer that. And then some people need to actually experience things to assist them, and we offer that. So the three things that we present at the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit: a harm reduction specialist. Okay, you can get at me for my harm reduction specialist services, transdimensional travel agent, and spiritual tour guide. Oh, sorry. Harm reduction specialist, travel agents, transdimensional travel agent, spiritual tour. So anyway, no matter which way you put it. So what is it? What do I mean by harm reduction specialist? Well, I used to be in the military, and I learned sets of skills that in the civilian world gave me the ability to be useful to individuals who had problems that they needed solving, and that they didn't have the capacity, the mindset, the courage, or the willingness to solve those themselves. For the right amount of currency or energy exchange, I would solve those problems for them. So as time went on and I became a righteous man and walked the righteous path, I took the same ideology of harm reduction specialists from the external to the internal. So people who have things causing them harm internally, I specialize in reducing to eliminating that harm. Living in the wilderness of North America, there are alphabetical industries and operations that have ownership of certain words and certain ideas, and so other people are not allowed to use those words without permission. Some of those words might be diseases or cure or diagnose. These words belong to uh, industries that are within the wilderness of North America. They are not ours, so we have to be very cautious to not use their words, because when you use their words, that means you're agreeing to their programs and therefore agreeing to their what is it called when you do something you ain't supposed to do, and that repercussions, right? So with that being said, this is where a lot of disclaimers come from when you have people who help you with your wellness. See how I said wellness instead of other words that help you with your wellness, your ability to harmonize yourself where something has been out of key or out of tune within you. So this is something that I specialize in with the practice of sacred animal medicines, sacred fungi medicines, sacred plant medicines, mineral medicines, and the medicines of man. So we teach about those things as well as we utilize them. Now, when it comes to the sacred animal medicines, such as Cambo, scorpion venom, snake venom, as well as toad venom, these are some of the modalities that are used, and they are also taught at the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit. There is a sacred animal venoms practitioner training class, the only one of its kind in America. Check around, ask around. And we do have 4 classes scheduled for next year: January, April, July, October, I believe, are the months. So if an individual is interested in becoming a healer or practitioner, things of that nature, contact us. We can get you started. There are scholarships. There's 5 scholarships being offered for that class, as well as payment plans. The scholarships are quite interesting, and I would advise any of you all who are interested in the class to request information about the Sacred Animal Venoms Practitioner Training Class scholarships. Or if you just say scholarships, inbox me scholarship and I can send you more information. Um, there's scholarships for those who are interested in the study of the venoms in the science and taking that a bit further. There's scholarships for those who, having financial strains. There's scholarships for individuals who might be underserved in this um, what we might call industry or in this professional range, right? Um, the LGBTQ community is underserved. The Black community is underserved. The Asian, the Latino population. A lot of these populations have no knowledge of, no teachings of, or nobody within their communities who practice these. And so there are scholarships for you all. There's scholarships for people who have done a lot of community service. This is something that, as a community service representative myself, um, and a member of the community, I hold in my heart in a high place and esteem for people who give what they have to the community. So for people who have outstanding community service works already, there's a scholarship for you. So, just look out, y'all. If y'all want more information on the scholarships, Kaylon said, can't wait to take the class. Hey, I can't wait to see you. I'm excited. Thank you for your interest. Kaylon, she's been rocking with me for a while now and went from, doing her thing to now doing her thing. That's her business. She know what I mean. But, shout out to you. And I'm, happy to have you. So yes, we do teach the classes for that. So that is the harm reduction specialist services that we offer at the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit. When you hear me speak on harm reduction specialists or harm reduction services, that's what I'm talking about. We're talking about healing. We talk about wellness. We're talking about bringing your body and your physical to the place that it should be, the place you want it at, as opposed to the place it is. A lot of people who are musicians, if you play a piano, you might go somewhere to play a piano and you play a song and you're hearing dee 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 dee. That key is off. That key is off. It's not in tune. And what needs to happen is they need to bring the individuals who tune the instrument, to tune the pianos, and they come in and they got their tuning fork. That's why they call them a tuning fork. And they hit that fork, and that's that C note. So they hit the C note, and they put that tuning fork next to that chord, and if it doesn't vibrate, it's off. It's out of tune. And they need to either tighten or loosen that chord, and then ding, and when they put it next to it, it starts vibrating with it. Okay, now it's in tune. This is what we be talking about when I'm saying I'm helping people to come back in tune. Okay, so I'm kind of like that person who goes around with the tuning fork and tunes the instruments. You know what I mean? That would be the harm reduction specialist services. There's certain things going on in your body that when you're in tune and when you're on point, these things happen the way they're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? But when they not, then you out of tune and you out of pocket. Peace, God. I'm on a live. Let me hit you when I get off of here.
Oh, shit, yeah, my bad, bro. I got you.
It's all good, love. Peace. So that's what the harm reduction service is all about. The next thing that we offer at the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit is transdimensional travel agent services. If you try to think of what that is, well, just think of a travel agent. And what do they do? You go to them and you tell them what? What do you tell a travel agent? Type it in the comments. What you tell them? You tell them where you want to go, right? That's what you tell a travel agent. You tell them where you want to go. And that travel agent, you know what I'm saying? If they're a good travel agent, they'll get you to where you want to go for a nice price and least amount of, turmoil and stress. Give me a trip straight there. I don't want to change 4 planes. Well, we have to take at least 2 because it stops here and then this one goes from here to there. All right, fine, 2, right? Instead of I have 6 layovers because I use my points from Spirit Airlines and I got 6 layovers and different. It's gonna take me 3 days to get somewhere. finally, right? Because I was like saving some money. That is a horrible travel agent, right? So when you think about where you want to go and how you want to get there, I'm a trans-dimensional travel agent. So you come to me for the trans-dimensional travel work. Where are you trying to go? What are you trying to achieve, right? Well, hold on, excuse me. I'm sorry. Take that last part out. What you're trying to achieve is not my business as a trans-dimensional travel agent. Let me be very clear. That's not my business what you do when you get there. As a trans-dimensional travel agent, you requested to get somewhere, and I made that happen. That's it, right? Now, when we talk about a spiritual tour guide, Ah, see, a travel agent is going to sit behind the desk, type in some numbers, hand you a ticket. Good day. A spiritual tour, or excuse me, a tour guide is going to get the tickets for y'all, take you there, and then walk you through whatever it is that you asked to go through. This is a spiritual tour guide. Now, I'm laughing on the inside because I love explaining this so people can have clarity of when they come deal with me, how when they come as a transdimensional travel agent, let me tell you what when I'm doing transdimensional travel agent work, let me tell you usually what I'm dealing with. Somebody who's self-diagnosed. What? What do you mean by that? What do I mean by that? I mean that they have taken it upon themselves to listen to other people, listen to themselves, listen to what they heard somebody else say, what they read in the book, what they seen on TV. And none of these are bad things, by the way. Not Don't get it twisted. But what I'm saying is, and with all of that, they have decided, one, what they feel like is wrong with them, and two, what they need to fix it. And then three, transdimensional travel agent, they like, hey, I need this. I've had people have come to me and be like, yo, I need ayahuasca. And I'm like, okay. Right. So, we like, oh, so how do I sign up? Oh, okay, well, like this, blah, blah, blah. We scheduled da 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 da. And then I had people that have come and be like, hey, listen, I went through this and I experienced this and this happened and it caused me to, do these types of things. And now I'm operating like this. And I wish I wasn't. And I don't know what I should do. Like, what do you think I should do? Bow. Instantly, when they asked me that question, I changed from a transdimensional travel agent to a spiritual tour guide. Where should I go? What should I do? How should I move? When you ask me these questions, instantly, my responsibility for you deepens. When you come to me and say, hey, I've been through some shit and I want to go into the transdimensional realms and talk with my ancestors and blah, blah, blah. So I need ayahuasca. You didn't ask me anything. You told me something and then you told me what you need. As a transdimensional travel agent, okay, here you go. You sign up. Da, 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 da. Come out of ayahuasca with a grand amount of healing. However, you never accomplished what you said you were going to accomplish, which doesn't matter because in the scheme of things, you found some healing and now you have the neuroplasticity to look at things a little bit differently. So we can work on that. But what I'm saying is, if you would have been like, da 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 da, and this is where I want to go. So what do you think I need to do? My answer probably wouldn't have been ayahuasca. It probably would have been mushrooms because of the depths that you wanted to go. And I know that ayahuasca is a terrestrial medicine and mushrooms is a extraterrestrial medicine. It lacks the limitations. So that might be something that you might want to do as opposed to this. Some people don't want to go into the realms of, some people want to go more internal, in depth. You don't need ayahuasca, you need wachuma, you need cactus. See, so this is the different things that individuals such as myself is supposed to have in my mental Rolodex when dealing with clients. But you got to become a client. Because if you self-diagnose and you come and you say this is what you want, it's not my business to tell you that's not what you need. Who asked me? I know how to play my part. When I get on my lives, I talk all the shit I want because it's my platform. But when you sit in front of me and you tell me about you, I have to pay attention. I'm shutting the fuck up. I don't know anything. You are the expert at this point in time. And until you say, I'm not the expert, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm fucking up, I need some assistance, it's not up to me to try to take over your shit. It's up to me to provide you with what you said you need. But if you come to that point where you are saying, hey, I'm not sure what I need. If I did know, I wouldn't be where I was at. If I did have all the answers, I wouldn't be operating in the way I'm operating. If I did know how to move forward, how to eat, how to operate, how to do spiritual practices, I wouldn't be in this depression. I wouldn't be broke. I wouldn't be without. I wouldn't be none of those things. So I need your assistance. Boom. That's when I become a spiritual tour guide. Well, let's get you back in the realms of where you know you want to be, where you know you deserve to be, where you, that's different. And I'm telling you, we ain't starting with that. We're going to start right here. Why? Because you need to get clean first. Let's cleanse you first. Let's get all the excess bullshit up off you. A lot of people jump right into the transdimensional works before they even do some cleaning. That's like your grandfather giving you his 1962 Buick that been in the backyard since he was motherfucking 40. He's 70 now. You think you're going to go out there and just start it up and then drive to California to show your friend? You ain't did no oil change. You ain't did no tune-up. You ain't changed no spark plugs. That's how a lot of people be trying to go into the interdimensional realms. Everybody on 20 grams of mushrooms, but ain't nobody did no Cambo. Shut the fuck up, Seven. Okay, excuse me. I'm sorry. I thought I was just talking about some shit that I know about. I don't want to offend nobody, but yo, why y'all rolling around in the transdimensional realms dirty and nasty? You know what I mean? What kind of cleanses you done? What type of detoxes you done? What type of, you know what I'm saying, ridding and shaking off? Like in what is, when you become an alchemist, part of alchemy is the transmutation of, and the matter of fact, I ain't gonna give you all the principles, but look, you gotta clean some shit. That's part of it. You ain't never heard cleanliness is next to godliness? Ooh, y'all better put it together. Y'all better put it together. Your grandma had you washing walls, but that ain't what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Saturday with Anita Baker playing in the motherfucking background. Talk about do it again. So as a spiritual tour guide, you are saying, hey, for whatever reason, I trust you to assist me. Just like people will go to the doctor and the doctor will get them a prescription for 13 different bottles of pills, and they'll go to the pharmacy and fill out the prescription, and they say insurance paid for half of it, but I got some of it right here. And then they go home and then they do all them pills, however often the doctor to prescribe to them to do them pills. But then I tell them, come on, we gonna do this Cambo, and they're like, hold on, what that is, where it's from, why are you doing that? Hold on, what's that gonna do to me? I ain't never heard nobody ask all they doctors all of them questions, but it's cool with me because you know doctors ain't about education because their education is limited. So with me, I'd be like, shit, we can talk about it. Like, if you a client of mine, we gonna talk about it. I want you to know the answers to these questions, and I'm gonna talk about the stuff you don't want me to talk about. You know what I mean? Like how much time has been spent investing in the destruction of the self. How much time and money is spent investing in the destruction of the self. This is something that I make my clients aware of. I got to. I got to. You need to be aware of what you eating, what you drinking, what you smoking, what you know what I'm saying, what you fornicating with, how you doing all these things, what you spending, how you spending, what are your habits on, what do you spend your time doing? How you gonna turn lead to gold if you don't even know what lead is? You know, so the spiritual tour guide, this is where we walk. Like most of my clients, we do 90 days. If you ain't got 90 days to focus on yourself, then you don't really want to change. You know what I'm saying? I stopped dealing with people who, you know, come in and talking about I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna go back and everything gonna be all right. Listen, it took you 28 years to fuck your life up. Who told you gonna fix it in one? Don't get it twisted, y'all. These entheogens got some power to them. But come on, where's the integration afterward? Where's the accountability? You know what I mean? Where's the actual intentions? People say they want to change. To what? To what? To what? Have you actually did an inventory of yourself and where you want to be? How you gonna achieve a goal you ain't never seen it written down? Talk to me. I talk back, talk a little shit, because I talk that. The basis of magic is writing. That's why they say it's spell. To spell. To put letters together in a way where they formulate words. And when you say this word, it has an energy on somebody's consciousness. It creates a picture. And we know what pictures do. If you peep my video from yesterday, we went deep with that one. Okay? So like, are y'all goal setting? Are y'all achieving goals? Do you have something to show and prove for this? Where your grimoires at? Where your book of shadows? Where your book of mirrors? Do y'all even know what these things are? You know what I'm saying? They're very important. We're being bamboozled and we ignoring all of the things that we have right there at our fingertips, like paper and pencil. Paper and pencil is some of the most powerful shit. I'm talking about I could change a nation if I control everybody in there having a pencil and writing down what I tell them to write. Guaranteed. You know how I know? Because that's how I do with the Intentions and Manifestations book that I take my clients through when I'm the spiritual tour guide. We do 90 days of alchemy of self. We starting one in January now, where we go in and we learn all the principles of the alchemist and the tools that he uses speculatively and learning how to use them within ourselves. We create the plan on how to turn lead to gold and then we execute it in 90 days. Never there has been a human that has taken this magic course and has not created himself a golden body. And I stand on that. I got testimonials. You know what I'm saying? I got testimonials from different types of people, whether they be punk rockers, you know what I'm saying, emos, or, you know what I'm saying, dudes in the hood, women in the corporate realm, teachers, all type of shit. What? Listen, y'all, I've been out here for a minute, you know, and I've been paying attention, you know. That's why I be running my mouth. Y'all don't think I talk this reckless and really don't know nothing, do y'all? You know what I'm saying? That boy got to know something. Believe that. I'm guided and protected. I'm, I'm telling y'all. I'm just giving y'all a little secret, you know. And so with that, you know, I have been through enough life that I know what's out here and what we're against. And I want our peoples to have their powers. I want our peoples to know and realize their abilities. You know what I'm saying? I was talking about it the other day. The people who work in the dream realm, the necromancers, the people who see death, the people who heal with their hands, our prayer warriors. You know what I'm saying? Our magicians, our shamans, our priestesses. You know what I'm saying? Our man, what? Listen, there's people out there with gifts and abilities some of us ain't even thought about. Like, wait, a what? You do what? They trying to figure out. I'm not sure why I do this. You feel me? Yo, and it's real. This is not TV. This is real life every day. Somebody sitting next to you in your office, in your class, in your school, in your home. Real life spiritual super abilities to be able to prophesy, to be able to travel in time back and forth, to be able to astral travel, to be able, listen, these people are not lying to y'all. I think y'all need to pay attention when they telling y'all what sounds unbelievable. We was doing these things 7,000 years ago like we was doing sports now. And we had to rock ourselves to sleep. And we had to put all of these things in a hidden realm, which the scientists call junk DNA. We had to hide it because anything that we would have showed would have been taken and used and synthesized, recreated. So we had to hide our gifts and our abilities. We had to hide our magic. We had to hide our powers. That time is over. Those 6,000 years have passed. I've done the math. I've done it publicly. We've talked about it. We went through the 2000 and 2000 and Jesus 2000, and then now it's 6,000 after that whole story took place. The time is over with. And so now that is ours can come back to us in the proper places. Now, all over, there's different explanations of it. There's different breakdowns. Some people of the cosmic studies speak of the Aquarian age. Ages last from on average 21,000 to 25,000 years. And these ages are energy that has been given, just like everything else. There's cycles and seasons. And the age was of, what was it, the Piscean, and that came after the ram or something, right? Because they, you could tell, because like in the stories in the Bible, they're talking about in one age, I believe, like ram worship. I believe that's where uh oh, I can't forget Bren's name in the Bible, but and then it switches over to Pisces, which is fish, and Jesus was a fisherman and fed people with 2 fish and 5 loaves, and Jonah got ate by the shark, and just fish, 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 right? This was the representation, and now we go into the Aquarian age, which is, the water bearer pouring the waters across the heavens, to be specifically. So this is the age of wisdom being poured into our higher consciousness, or the awakening of our powers, abilities, this and that. Then dealing with, the celestials, a lot of people, like such as myself, will talk about how our solar system is part of a larger star system. So our solar system, as we know as a whole, is on another plane of travel, or a cycle around another larger star system that we can't physically see, and that in that rotation there are a couple of spots in there, almost like the peace sign, but without the one on the bottom. So like an upside down Y. And so if you look at that on the circle, we're on the circle, and where those connects at, the Y connects to the circles on the inside. In those realms of the rotation, there was what's called a heavy photon belt. And so in those three locations, so this might be, let's say, 100,000 years going around in one full circle. So boom, coming down here, and this is where we're at, coming into one of those cycles, or photon belts on that rotation. So our whole solar system is being flooded with more photons than we've seen in thousands of years. Now, photons is what light travels on. You have to have photons for there to be light. This is why when Baba Kalinde used to speak about going down below Planck level, this means smaller than what you know is small, and 1,000 times smaller than that, 1,000 times smaller than that. Well, an atom, which is the building block of our universe, is within that level, and so going under that means you're going smaller than the actual reality or existence of atoms in the realms you're going to. So without atoms, there can be no photons. Without photons, there can be no light. So when Baba was going to these levels and these depths, and he started traveling with the Yi Ming Jews that we know give off their own light, he was able to see and to travel into places that have been untraveled thus far because of. Going off subject, back to the photon belt. So our solar system is entering into that photon belt, and all of those photons are being given, supplied to us, and now what we call the junk DNA is being activated. See, there's a science and a plan to everything. It's like how do we put ourselves into this slumber? How do we bring ourselves out? This is what they mean when they say it was already written. So now going into this photon belt after the 7,000-year rule of the wicked was over, now going through this photon belt is giving us our gifts, abilities, powers back. And this is what some refer to as the indigo children, which started in 79, who birthed the crystal children, who birthed the rainbow children. I would be referred to as an indigo child. I was one of the first. And my powers and abilities were revealed through pain. Pain. Like those of us who are 44, you know what I mean, and around that age, um, and under, we are the indigo children, and all of us who have these powers and abilities, if you listen to our story, they're fucked up. They're fucked up. Like, that's fucked up. Wait, what? You went through what? You did what? What happened to you? And it's like, because that amount of pain was needed to crack the magic within us open. Our children, the indigo children, and the generations going further into this photon belt, their magic is revealed through guidance, teaching, and instruction, informing them that they have it. Like, I sit with my children and tell them about the different forms of magic that they have within themselves. I can see it. I can watch, like you, like I. you, those who know what I'm talking about, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You can see it in them. You can see their practices, what they do. You know what I'm saying? You over here talking to every single animal that you come into contact with. And they're talking back to, okay, so you communicate with animals. This little motherfucker, he is a psychic and has the ability to read, I think, minds, as well as like you holding up the cards and he's telling you what they are. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of shit. You know, um, glamour magic. You know what I'm saying? A couple of my children have some serious glamour magic, and they get that from their father because their father has glamour magic. What is glamour magic? This is what the vampires do when they're talking to you and they look into your eyes. And when they tap and tune into your eyes, you get into a trance. And then they implement whatever it is that they need you to understand, that they need you to know, that they need you to do into your mind. And then it's locked in. They've glamorized you. Now, there's also another form of glamour magic, which is more practiced by women. And this is what some refer to as makeup and unmentionables. All of these things were meant to alter a woman's, you know what I'm saying, where things was at, how they stood up, to accentuate the features of her face. You understand what I'm saying? Her body and the adornment, the jewels, the hats, the jewelry, the lashes, the lip gloss, and the bustiers. All of this is part of glamour magic. See, a lot of people just not aware because a lot of our magic was torn apart, was disseminated, or was misused in different ways. So some people don't even be aware of the fact that they have a certain magic. Those who have glamour magic within them, their magical practices externally must be subtle. So when you see people with heavy adornment, their internal glamour magic is weak and they need heavy external. But when your internal glamour magic is strong, then you only need subtlety. And if you do more than subtlety, it's kind of like putting way too much cinnamon in your coffee. It kind of fucks it up. Like, it can get by, but damn, like tone that down. You know what I'm saying? And so like I will speak to my youth about their powers and what they have and their magic and how they need to practice responsibility when using them. Because if not, then you'll come without the intended intentions and purpose that you was doing it, as well as I didn't know I was doing it for like 10 to 15 years. It wasn't until I got into actually studying magic that I realized while I was reading about something, I'm going, wait a minute, that's that's how I be. That's what. Oh snap! And when I realized and read up on it, the more I read and the more I read into this subject on any point in any matter, it always matched what I was able to do. Why I was able to do the things that I did in my life, in the military, outside of, with women, all type of shit. And at that point, I realized why I was being held responsible for so much shit personally. See, there is a price to any magic. So if you don't know that you are practicing magic, it's like an individual who don't know that when he got a new car, it had a full tank, but as you drive the car, it's running out of gas. If you don't know that, you're in for a bad surprise because you just thinking, oh, this is a dope thing, like, and then once it just go, you like, what is going on? I do not know. I do not know. It's not. Hold on. I don't know why I'm doing the accent while I'm doing this. I don't know. That's just what I imagine. Right? Like, right? Right? This is the same thing as practicing your magic and not knowing you practicing your magic. You're depleting your energy. You're putting out bad karma. You're creating things that you are going to have to clean up or go through and you were not aware of. And then when life starts kicking you in your ass, and when you start trying to do things for real and seriously, then you get all of this fucked up karma coming back on you, and you realize it because every time you know what you said and exactly what you did, and then when it happens to you, you go, oh wow, okay, I see what just happened. Okay, all right, I'll take that. Yeah, you better take it. You better take it, right? So wouldn't it be better to know this in advance? To know that these things are not happening by chance or because you are one of the most beautiful individuals on the planet or anything like that. You are actually tapping into your magic, and when you're doing that, there is a certain price that you're gonna have to pay for that, and this is the price. And it's like, oh, okay. Well, I'm not gonna do that quite often. I'm only gonna do that if I really need to. And why would I need to? Right? That part, So these are the types of situations I'm saying when I'm saying that a lot of us have come up with our magic through pain. And so, with that being said, we're going to practice already different because we've been through certain things, but we got to know that the youth, that they coming out and their powers are going to come on by being taught. Now keep in mind, if you don't teach them, somebody will. Keep that in mind. It ain't like if you don't know and you don't start teaching them that they ain't gonna find out. It's just like sex. If you don't teach them, somebody will. I have those discussions again. Like I'm taking control of my children's mindsets and ideas, and I want to teach them first and then give them the reality of going out and experiencing whatever it is that they choose to, but they've been taught already, right? As opposed to going out and have never had these conversations and end up in some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? So, that's kind of like the ideology that I'm trying to give when it comes to the youth and their magic. They have it. It's gonna come out. It's gonna be strong, and they're gonna learn about it. But who's gonna teach it to them? You know what I'm saying? Are you aware of your magic yet? That's my question to all of y'all, because I don't have a high following with the youth. So I know the majority of y'all watching, y'all probably got kids like me. Do y'all know y'all's magic? Are you all aware of your magic? Are you aware of your gifts? Are you aware of your abilities? Do you know what they are? Do you know how to utilize them? Do you know how to understand them? Because if not, you need to get a call with me going, and we need to discuss some things. That's how I operate. You know what I'm saying? We get on a call and we talk. You know what I'm saying? Are you practicing your practices? What is it, how are you doing? What you operating in? You know what I'm saying? Where is it that you want to be? Because we got to be prepared for them. Because what they say, the youth, they have the energy to do it fast, but the elders, they know the route. No, I've been doing my magic subconsciously. Okay, okay. Hey, I appreciate you keeping it 100. That's being honest. No, I've been doing my magic subconsciously. Well, I invite you to get on a call with me, and we can talk about possibly a path where you can learn to do your magic consciously all the way up to the super consciousness realm. See, because as you spoke on the subconsciously, I understand where you're coming from with that. And for those of y'all who don't know, there's 5 levels of consciousness, as been taught by my teachers. There's the conscious, which we are aware of, the subconscious, which is what we're not aware of but has our back, the magnetic consciousness, which brings things magnetically, and we need to watch out for the tunes that we give out and the vibrations we give out so the mathematics and the magnetism can be proper. Then you have the super consciousness. This is where the gifts, the abilities, the powers, all of these things pretty much reside at. And then you have infinite consciousness. And as I always say, when you tap into your super consciousness, you become a legend. When you tap into your infinite consciousness, they create religions behind you. So, with that being said, for me personally, I found a nice medium to operate within, shoot for, and to teach people to get to is the super consciousness. You know what I'm saying? As far as the infinite, I ain't there yet. That's where like you on some Buddha shit. Like you really like you just really tapped into all the energies of life and the understanding of it all, and you just ain't got nothing better to do but turn yourself into a golden body. Like you graduated, baby. You on your way to the next step. You understand? And that's something. Again, if you reach that consciousness, they'll probably create a religion behind you. Right now, I'm a Leo in this life cycle. I'm good with the ego on the legends and shit. It's already stories about me. And they're all true. You know what I'm saying? I do this shit. And I'm excited about it and I love it. And it's like because all of the pain that I went through, I was one of the ones who actually what I would say was became successful in what was supposed to have been done. You know what I'm saying? It was like anywhere else that I've been, like where a lot go out and we know, many come, few are chosen. The ones that are chosen choose themselves. Many run out, some don't come back type of ish. That's with any initiation anywhere. I just want to be clear. That's just how that is. And as men, that's something that we have to, understand and keep in mind with moving with, whereas women and children, they have the ability to I'm gonna leave that alone. I ain't gonna go too deep. The point in what I'm getting at, the point in what I'm getting at is that there is a how would I say? There's cycles for everything. There we go. There's cycles for everything. And that's something I've been big on lately and I've just been diving deeper into because it's like the more you understand that, the more you understand vibration, the more you understand vibration, the more you understand creation, transmutation, all of these different things. And so the more I'm looking at these cycles, I'm understanding like the more it helps me to understand what's going on and my place and my part in it. And that's why I'm saying what I'm talking about as far as the magic, because all of us play a part in the grand scheme of things that are coming and that are going on right now. And it's like none of this is by chance, especially if you're watching this video and you sitting here, you know what I'm saying, thinking about the magic that's within you that you have, but you don't know what to do with. You don't know how to practice it. You don't know how to tap into it. You don't know. That's because there's a lot of lost science of initiation and certain walks and things of this nature. And this is what I'm basically, bringing back to the people. That's the other part of what the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit offers. You know what I'm saying? Is the when I said realigning yourself in harmony, I don't just mean physically. There we go. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people spiritually are out of harmony. And make no mistake about it, your magic is part of your spirituality. And if you think that that's not true, then you're religious. Period. How we gonna say that spirit and magic are not connected? And don't even let me go deeper into the mystical arts and spirit. And then don't let me go directly into sorcery and spirit. Those who know, just seeing what I just said. Those who know, they know. So some of us we just not really familiar with. And that's, what I'm offering, familiarity into the principles that are yours. They're already yours. Male, female, woman, man, doesn't matter. The principles are yours. Do you want them? Would you like to pick them up? Would you like to exercise them? Would you like to bring your spirit in alignment? Illumination. Listen, I was about to say an illumin. That's a little bit further down the road. First, you got to get in alignment before you can get illuminated. Wait, what? Hashtag. First, you got get in alignment before you can get an illumination. You know, y'all want to be illuminated? You got to get in alignment before you can get illuminated. Y'all want to be illuminated? Because that's done within. That's the thing about it. There's certain points where you get to in these studies where there's nothing nobody else needs to tell you or talk to you about. They've set you on the path. For those who don't know, initiate means to start. Initiation, initiate. When I say sitting at the table with initiates, the conversation will be different. Initiates are people who started. You understand what I'm saying? This ain't like, you know what I mean? I ain't never said nothing about sitting at the table with masters. Because the masters ain't sitting at tables. Hold on, what he say? Don't talk to me. I talk back. Listen. Talk a little shit because I talk that. Y'all heard what? Don't worry about it. Those who know, right? But the point is, we all need to be what? At least initiated. We need to get started. We need to get these grand principles. We need to get these understandings. We need to get these sciences. We need them now more than ever. We need them now more than ever. Why? Because they're already being given. Do you know what to do with them? Y'all, walk with me. We about to start the Intentions and Manifestation Alchemy of Self program in January. If you want to be a part of it, inbox me. I am Intentions and Manifestations. This is where I'm walking people through the beginning of these understandings, walking them through the science and the actions, the theories, the principles of an alchemist, and bringing it to life. Utilizing yourself right now as you are right now. Do you have the self-discipline to go through 90 days of alchemy? Do you have the self-discipline to walk down 90 days of changing yourself from the base level that you're at right now into the golden body that you want to be? Do you even know what or who it is that you want to be? What do you need to know, be, do, or understand within 90 days? Do you have the self-discipline? Do you have the attention to be able to do it? Do you have the intention to actually bring about change in your life? Or do we just say this? Y'all want to know what's the difference between big people in this world and people who not big in this world? Big people get up every day and do big things. And people who not big people, they get up and they don't do big things. That's literally the only difference. That's the only difference. Do you do big things? Do you get up every day and do big things? Yeah? How big are those things? Are they big enough that they are in reality? What do I mean in reality? If you don't say it right now, there's somewhere it exists. What? If you're not saying it at all, is there somewhere that it exists right now on its own in reality? There's a box I can open up and it says it right there on that paper. Anybody have any type of idea of what they plan on doing, executing, or being within the next 90 days written? Because that's reality. So these are the types of things. Like, this is what I say. If you don't have the ability to do these things, to look at this every day, to check these numbers, to make sure the stove is at the temperature it's supposed to make sure that the steam is coming out at the certain rate it's supposed to make sure that this is stirred every hour on the hour. If you don't have the ability to do these things, this mindset, it's not for you. But if you say to yourself, if I could take lead and follow the instructions that are given by an alchemist who has done this repeatedly, publicly, if I can walk this lead into gold within 90 days, I would do whatever that they said. And then they would say, okay, do whatever it is you say. And you go, what? And you go through this process for 90 days. And at the end of the 90 days, there is a golden body set before you. Would you do that? Do you have the capacity to do that? Do you have the intention, the attention, you know what I'm saying, the want, the desire? Or are you good where you at? I'm good. I don't really want to be better. I'm good. My golden self, I'm good as lead. My base self is good enough for me. That's cool. But if it's not, inbox me, I am, man. Get with me. You know what I'm saying? I want to introduce you to something. You know, I want to show you something. I want to take you through the process of an alchemist, get you initiated, so we can see your actual ability to follow through. Because if you got a good ability to follow through, there's more. It's always more. It's always more. The further you go, the more things begin to make sense. The further you go, the more you begin to awaken, the more you begin to understand, you know, those who know y'all know. And it brings some structure to the works. That's the other thing. It's like it's a lack of structure out here. People think that, you know, these things are just gonna jump on or just pop up, and like there's no, you know, practices anywhere. There's no understanding of operation. There's no understanding of repetition. There's no understanding of levels and how to understand these levels, these cycles, how to use them correctly. Come on, y'all. Talk to me. I talk back. Talk a little shit because I talk that, you know. So I just wanted to kick it with y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is what the pad is. This is what we offer. What is the pad? We the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit. What do we offer? We offer, you know, ceremonies. We offer classes, education, courses, one-on-one coaching, group coaching. You know what I'm saying? I'm going on tour next year, 2024. I'm touring. We're going to Charlotte, North Carolina, San Francisco, Oakland, California area, Atlanta, Georgia, Austin, Texas, and Boston, Maryland. No, Baltimore, excuse me. The Baltimore area. I'm going to those 5 areas 3 times each next year. Each trimester. You know what I'm saying? First 4 months a year, second 4 months a year, third 4 months a year. Each trimester, I'm taking them cities and just popping up in the cities each time. And each time I pop up, we doing snake venom, we doing cambo, we doing bufo, and then we doing something that I'm gonna introduce to the community. So the first trimester, we doing cacao and the mushrooms. This is the zone that I've been going in on heavy, right? So this is gonna be introduced. We're gonna do some Sinangas, some Hape, you know what I'm saying, different things like this. Maybe some Changa. Then the second time, in the second trimester, when I pop up in all of these different cities, we're gonna be doing snake venom, bufo, cambo, and then I think we're doing yopo, which is the plant-based 5-MeO DMT. So this is another experience. It's blown like rape. You know what I'm saying? You had your MAO beforehand, your MAOT. And so when you go into those realms, this is the 5-MeO like the bufo, but instead of from the animal, this is from the plant base. So it's a little bit slower of a journey and it lasts longer. You know what I'm saying? You go through your thing. So that's going to be a beautiful journey. And then when I come back the third time, we're going to hop into the Silawaska or the Mayawaska, which are ayahuasca. Some call them substitutes. Some call them, there's another word for it. I'm forgetting it right now. But analogs, ayahuasca analogs, right? So basically, this is the ability to take um, your medicine work, your shamanism, your experiences into your own, you know, sanctuary, but still having respect for the medicine. So instead of using the medicine from the tribe, these are the different analogs that you can use in conjunction with instead of. That's why when my clients come to me, I tell them we have all of them. We can do the Silawaska, you can do the Mayawaska, or you can do the actual ayahuasca. And there's a difference in all of them because of the sacred plants used within them. So that's going to be the third trimester. So that's going to be dope. So if you want tour dates, hit me in the inbox, you know what I'm saying? Save Tour, SAVE, which is Sacred Animal Venoms and Entheogens. So that's going to be a dope tour throughout the year. I'm just going everywhere all year next year. So that's going to be dope. And also, we got in-city retreats. We got in-city retreats where you can actually book a retreat in Sunrise, Florida. You see where I'm at? Out here on the balcony in front of the water. You know what I'm saying? That's a lake right there. And the healing is beautiful here. And the thing about it is when you book a retreat, when you book an in-city retreat with the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit in Sunrise, Florida, anything that we offer is included. So if you got the time to do it and it's your request, that's that. So if you book a 5-day in-city retreat, you got 5 days. So like if you book that, within those 5 days, everything that we have is a la carte. There's no price for it. Like it's included in the tour, whether it's bufo or snake venom or you know what I'm saying, the ayahuasca, or you want some Reiki or you want to do a yoga session or all of the things that we offer that we do. The Kush Koffee, we go through some healing. You know what I'm saying? We go some diet through the dietary shit. You know what I'm saying? Meals that heal. Everything is included. You know what I'm saying? And there's a price with 24-hour concierge service, and then there's a price without the 24-hour concierge service. So you could do an in-city retreat and rent you your own vehicle and don't need concierge, and you go wherever you want, do what you want, or you pay for the concierge service, which means the whole time you here, if you be like, you know what, it's 3 in the morning, man, I want to go to the beach. We about to go to the motherfucking beach. That's what concierge do. So that's the in-city retreats. So, when you serve Aya, do you use music, ikros, or live instrumentation, if I may ask? Yeah, all of the above. Um, you know, so it's definitely different with me though. I'll say that off rip. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't checked the Hulu, on Hulu, LSD and the Psychedelic Revolution, National Geographic has featured me serving ayahuasca in the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit. So, they'll give you a little bit of it, but everything is different with me. That's one thing about me because I serve so many different hats in my community. I'm a medicine man. I'm a shaman. You know what I'm saying? I'm like it's like the transdimensional travel agent. You know what I'm saying? I'm a psychedelic informed master coach of integration. So I serve so many different hats that once my clients that hit me up, we have a one-on-one. We talk. We go back and forth. Like, what is it that you're looking to do? What is it you want to achieve? What makes you think that I might be able to assist you? All of these things, right? And so by the time we really get to the end, we have a full understanding of what's going on mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and then we build, you know what I'm saying, our path of walking out whatever it is we gonna do. So with that being said, some people's journey is different than others. Some people, they need or want or require external stimuli heavily to guide them through certain realms. Some people are going through their journey for the spiritual awakening or presentation that they get, but they don't require as much external stimulation or alteration or, you know what I'm saying, infiltration on some accounts if you don't do it right, right? And so these are things that I speak about. You got to think within the medicine community, we have realized that we each serve each other. So for me, sometimes I might be like, yo, all right, I'm gonna let you serve me and do exactly how you would serve an individual coming off the streets. And there's some situations where I'm saying, hey, I just need you to hold space as the administrator. I can facilitate myself through this journey. And so at this time, there's individuals who, if they said that same thing to me, I respect that because I understand that some of us have our own practices. That's another thing about me being also a magician and a practitioner. I know that I come across a lot of different people in a lot of different realms, right? So I tell people I move in the energy of Papa Legba, right? However, I'm a interdimensional independent contractor. So I am not affiliated with any of the you know what I'm saying, ATRs or EFI or you like I don't hold no representation of um no group as a whole because I move real independently. Okay, so with that being said, I do have the respect for each and every one of those circles and them realms because I know that when I jump in and jump out, that there's righteousness in every single one of them. Period. And so when you go into these realms with these different people who represent, because I have clients who represent a lot of different cultures. You gotta understand. So like whatever their culture is, wherever they're tapping into, that's source for them. Y'all following what I'm saying? So with that being said, there's individuals that might not want to hear African drumming while they're in the midst and they want to hear something different. I might play some music because I don't sing that song. There's people who feel some type of way about a lot of the medicine work going on being represented by, what we would call Spanish speaking cultures, which me personally, I'm alright with them people. You know what I'm saying? When they sing their icros and they songs and just that shit sound beautiful to me, I'd be like, oh hell yeah! Like they know what they doing. They take you right where they supposed to. You know what I'm saying? But so what I'm saying is like I can sit in any of these circles and respect whatever culture is going on and doing their works, right? So based off of the client and their spiritual maturity, it might be different. And we leave these choices to the clients. See? Because of the differences and the ability to be able to specialize in all of these. Like shit, all right, cool. You know what I mean? So it's definitely different for each client that come by. Everything that I do is custom. Everything. That's why I don't even really do the whole like a lot of like advertisement. Like nah, like I find that really doing this taps more into my clients than anything else. Getting on here and speaking directly to y'all, like, cause that's really how I've gotten a lot of my clients. I'm talking and they like, yo, I heard what you said, and then they hit me in the inbox and it's like, let's talk. We get on the talk, and then when they share their story, I'll be like, oh shit, I got the perfect thing for you, blah 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 blah, and they be like, all right, bet. I just got a text from a client today that was like, man, like my life is so different, and I appreciate it because they were suicidal when they hit me up. They had seen me on the no, they seen the newspaper article and they hit me up from that. And they was just telling me their life and suicidal and they offer drugs but just can't find a way in life. And I'm like, shit, I got something for you. Boom. Walk them through the intentions of manifestation, magic alchemy itself. Yes, he took his inventory of self as led, and what he want to be in golden body. 90 days later, Aka's just like, now I think it's a month or two after he finished. And he's just like elated with life. He's, you know what I'm saying? Everybody in his family is like, damn, dude actually came back to life. He's really representing himself again and shit like that. And I'd be like, I know, like, that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. You know? So what's poppin', y'all? What's on the mentals? You know what I'm saying? What was that? Okay, hour and 8 minutes. That's what's up. I got any questions, comments, or concerns? Anybody want to know anything? Come on, throw a question out there before I shut it down, y'all. Come on, make it good. Anything. Just come on, anything. Come on, somebody come with a good one. Try me. You know what I'm saying? Try me. Oh man, cause that cacao and sacred technologies, organic technologies got me like feeling real good right now. So I'm offering y'all this. Like, come with a question. What's good? What's on your mind? Who am I speaking to? Who is this line opened up for? You know what I'm saying? Hey, talk to me. I'll talk back. Talk a little shit. We talk that. Okay, here we go. STG, I think that's swear to God, bro. My mental health did a reverse after that conversation I had with you. I appreciate you immensely. Yo, peace. I appreciate that. I honor that. Listen, man, I appreciate you saying that on the live because that's what I be trying to give people to understanding is like the things that what I'm saying I've been made part of and the things that I've went through and the abilities and the powers and all of these different things that I be talking about. We have this to share with our peoples. Like, so when I say like it's literally my okay, here we go. We got a question. It's my honor to serve y'all. I mean that. You understand what I'm saying? I mean that. So even when I'm having a conversation and I know I can get some healing through word, through conversation, and through prayer afterward, Like, yo, that shit is that's some shit that I wasn't aware of before. So, yo, salute. Kalon said, do you think learning alchemy through magic has helped you alchemize the animal medicines? I guess more so increase your creativity with alchemizing. So there's a couple of different layers to that, right? So I'm gonna answer that in a layer way. Do you think learning alchemy through magic has helped you alchemize the animal medicines? Yes. Yes. And I don't think I learned alchemy through magic. I think I learned alchemy first. And it wasn't until later that I learned it was a form of alchemy, magic, if that makes sense. But I'm gonna say this though. Yes, but because not through the knowledge of the practice of the alchemy and the works that go into the alchemy of the venoms, but because of the actual tapping into the spirit of the animal medicines. So, one thing that I say is if you are righteous, these modalities will assist you already. So, when I kept going in on the mushrooms 15 years ago, over and over and over and over again, those practices and what I was explaining and what I was seeing and what I was experiencing and giving, because make no mistake about it, while you are experiencing the mushroom is experiencing you. I need y'all to understand this. So this is why I was speaking the other day on levels of working with the mycelium, because the mycelium, every time you go in, it's doing a inventory of you, who you are, why are you here, what are you doing. So even if you are keeping this to yourself, the mycelium knows, the mushrooms know. Therefore, it's a intergalactic or interdimensional understanding of the way that you are approaching these things. So that is something that carries on into your spiritual security clearances. I've spoken on that before. Go watch the video, subscribe on YouTube, the PAD, the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit. This is your security clearances, right? So going in repeatedly on the mushrooms on a certain level, gaining a respect and a relationship for the mycelium is showing them your willingness to practice, okay, and your consistency, because this is something that's needed within initiations of any kind. Um, so, with that being said, when you tap into that realm of respect with the mycelium, that's when it starts to give you the gifts, the abilities, the tapping into, the tuning into. Um, so using the animal medicines is the same way. And so me having this connection that is opened up in the spiritual realms, once I set out on my quest to alchemize and do the things that I needed to do, I was being assisted, guided, and protected by the animal medicines along my path, along my journey. The animal medicines showed up, assisted me, protected me, taught me, as well as guided me in the spiritual realms, in the physical realms, in the emotional body. See? So it was the relationship with the animal medicines that assisted me in the alchemy to understand the magic within. Good question, Kalon. Your practices is where it's at, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Your practices is where it's at. Your dedication to what it is that you say that you're trying to do. That's why within the intentions and manifestations, we go 90 days straight. Period. Straight. Every single day. If you don't have the ability to pay attention to yourself, your actions, your movements, and your cosmic cycles every day for 90 days, the intention and manifestation book is not for you. Don't sign up. Don't inbox me. Like, no, and I'm not being funny. I'm saying, like, seriously. To those individuals who can't journal for like a week, you just like, oh man, I'm done. Fuck it, I can't do this. That alchemy is not for you. You know what I'm saying? Alchemy is a steady process. So you will turn your place into a laboratory of change. You want to change this lead to gold, right? What's more important than that? Everything else is secondary. Everything else is secondary. That's not like some egotistical shit or none of that. That's the life of an alchemist. And you need to be able to juggle the secondary. So yeah, you can still be a mother and be an alchemist. You could be a teacher or a doctor or whatever, but you just know that every day, every single day, you are paying attention to your alchemical process and the mathematical equations that are given to you. That is the deal that you have to make with yourself, with your higher powers that you are looking for the guidance and assistance with, and with the magical book that you are going to become one with. Again, this is a magical course. So if you don't know about magic and you didn't know about magic, you will after this course. There'll be a lot of things presented to you and informed to you if you don't know about them. Like, okay, here's the understanding of this, what it is, how this works, why this is, and how to, and then actual usage of it. So, it's a lot of information that is being brought to the minds of those who might not have it. It takes courage, it takes self-discipline, it takes imagination, it takes cooperation, it takes dedication. All of these are shin, action. The action is action. This is saying that you are willing to do, you know. So if you're willing to do, and yeah, you want to tap in and see what the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit offers and what we do, well, there you go. There you have it. That's what we offer. That's what we do. Um, you know, Different ways of working with us, different things to achieve, different things to ignite, different things to learn, and different journeys. You know your journey yet? You want to talk about it? Hit me up, man. And I'm laughing because the people who do be hitting me up, y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, you know, getting on the call with me is fun, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Getting on the call with me is fun. Figure out your path, figure out whether you're meant to be, a psychonaut or a magician or a sorcerer or a priestess or, what you do. You prophesy, you do the dream work, what is it? You want to talk about it? Let's figure it out. Let's get you some guidance. Let's get you some understanding, you know. If you ain't looking for none of that, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I bid you well in your walks and I offer peace and love to you. Anybody else got anything else they want to address? Any more questions? You know what I'm saying? That was a nice one. Anybody else? You know what I'm saying? Okay. Anybody else? Any question about anything, covered or uncovered? Mm-hmm. Before I hop off, because I'm feeling real, real nice right now. So I got some other things that I'm going to go and lock down and mail off. I need to figure out how to ride with the bag on the plane. LOL. Oh, I got you. Yeah, we can get that taken care of. That's something that can be hit me up, inbox me. You already know. Um, yeah, but yes, that's something that can be taken care of. Um, so yeah, I've talked about that before. How to move and how to be able to move and actually, it's easier than you think. But yeah, I ain't gonna put that out there on the public, but yeah. I got you. Rappers weed. Good question. I ain't gonna lie to you. Good question. Because I did say anything. You know what I'm saying? I did say anything, All right. So anybody else? Anything else? Any questions, comments, concerns? You know what I'm saying? Anything. You know what I mean? Oh shit. I feel like somebody out there got something. Like, that's why I'm laughing. Like, I'm waiting. Like, no, I don't feel like it's been. That's why I'm waiting. Like, somebody has something they really want to ask. What is it? Drop it. Send it through. I don't care who it is or what it is. Drop that shit so I can get because it's kind of like itching my shit. Like, what is this? Get this out. Who is this? What? We even know. Ask me. Like, I'm tripping, right? Can you elaborate on the Papa Legba? Um, oh man, I just thought about the mother of my children. And she was like, you know, the difference between me and you is that when somebody asks you a question, you be like, hell yeah, all right, look, I can explain that. And then you go into like an hour dissertation. They ask me a question, I'd be like, nigga, you can Google that. The spirit of baby mama. But I said, ask whatever question you want, right? So I'm going to say this. I will not elaborate on the Papa Legba. Legba, sure. What I will do is I will say that what I mean by that is that I I find myself quite often being the individual sitting at people's crossroads and assisting them to walk through both journeys to be able to come back to the original point to be able to pick which one to walk. So I travel in and out of different realms and across different regions and different ideologies and different levels quite often. Um, you know, another term has been the gatekeeper or the key keeper. Um, I find myself operating within interdimensional realms and ancestral realms and time realms and all of the different realms pretty much equally. Like I have the ability, the authorization, and the spiritual security clearance to be in any one of these energy realms where some individuals might not be there. I'll be popping up, be sitting right in the midst, the back of a bar mitzvah or in the back of some sangria magic going on, or in the back of some voodoo or hoodoo, or in the back of the Christian, you know what I'm saying, or the back of the Sufi Islamic class, or the back of the back of the back of the back. It's cool. I'm in the trunk, baby. I'm kicking like the speakers. You hear me? Don't worry about me back here. I'm good. I can sit back in the back seat right there next to you with my hat on, looking dead at you, and then we'll be right back in the trunk within a matter of seconds, and you'll be like, sitting on the Greyhound 1 minute, the next minute I'm in the plane in the spirit. Cheap ass seats. I love it, right? Um, I'm a trickster. I'm a trickster. It's like, you know what I mean? Shit's funny to me. Oh man, you funny. Like, I'm not finna destroy you. Why would I do that? Come on, man. I already know who I am, who you are. I ain't really. But stop playing. Okay, watch this. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Stop playing. Reason I asked is because I got an associate who says he drops change on Mondays for Papa Leg, but tell him I said peace to the God. Appreciation. You understand what I'm saying? Right? Different people do different works, you know what I'm saying, on different times for different entities. That's the answer to that. You know what I'm saying? So it's days that I might drop some candies, you know what I'm saying, drop money on the railroad tracks, you know what I'm saying? Queen that made T-bone steak dinners and left it out on the railroad tracks type of shit, you know what I'm saying? You know, and you know, that came from the way that I grew up in my life and how Papa Legba was always there. You know what I'm saying? Being sent from Colorado Springs to Detroit with my mother when I was 11 years old, from my mother with my father, you know what I'm saying, and Papa Leg being on the trip with me, you know what I'm saying, going into the military on the Greyhound bus, Papa Leg was being sitting on the bus with me. Like, I've sat and kicked it with Papa Leg a few times and just didn't realize and know again until I got into magic and the different religious and spiritual practices and understanding, you know what I'm saying, Papa Legba. You know what I'm saying? Another one, the Dambala. Oh man, like, yo, just really having understanding, going and learning that some of these individuals, some of these entities have walked with me, have protected me, have had, certain, you know, situations being intervened in for whatever reason for me, and me needing to know that, you know, only strong and important individuals are attacked, but only righteous individuals are protected. You see? And so, like, just me realizing that on this whole way, once I get educated on these different individuals and being like, wait a minute, I remember, like, yo, listen, I'm on the bus with Papa Legba. We are on the Greyhound traveling, and I'm outside. And I'm like, yo, I'm about to roll up this weed and shit and smoke while the bus, we got like, what they say, 45 minutes. I'm about to go behind this store and smoke this weed. And I'm back there and I'm breaking down the blunt. And I got ready to pour the tobacco. And he said, hold on. He about to do it then. I was about to dump it out. Get it off. Gave him. And as we was on the Greyhound, every time I roll the blunt, I'm literally just giving them to the back. We put in the bag. We get to a stop. He take a piece of the paper bag, rip it off, put the tobacco in the paper bag, rolls it up. You know what I mean? Takes some little liquid out his bag, rub it on there, seals this joint, fires it up, and starts smoking, and just start dropping shit on me. I'm sitting there going, what the? I'm thrown in zone, because I'm like, is he actually smoking this tobacco out my? And I'm watching this shit. And he just talking, and I'm gonna tell y'all what's real. I don't remember to this day what he was saying, because he wasn't talking to me. He was talking to my spirit. He was talking to my soul. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm on the bus without, like, these are, once I start studying and going into the different understandings of, I'm going, wait a fucking minute. I'm a grown man realizing the whole time I was a youth who these individuals were that I was encountering in the realms of traveling, in the realms of war and battles and fighting and stabbing and shooting and all of these different things that I'm experiencing on these travels, but I'm being protected and guided and able to stay on a certain mental plateau, and people is looking at me like, what the hell he be on? Because he just don't care. And it was like, it wasn't that I didn't care. It was that I really didn't understand. I didn't understand. When you watch Book of Eli, that's what I'm talking about, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. Sometimes people are in levels and initiated into things and parts of things that they are not even aware of. Ugh. Matter of fact, all of us are. It's just that once we get to a certain realm or a certain level, understanding is bestowed upon us. Then it's like, oh, all this time, oh. I remember, man, when I was first, like, seeking out a path, and it was this group, because I was in the military, and there was the 568 engineer company, combat support engineers. We all combat support engineers, right? And then there was 141 infantry, and both of them was like the top dogs on this post. Like, if we went to the club and we fought, everybody else got the fuck out the way, because it's 568 and they wild asses, and it's 141 with they tough asses. But see, 568 engineers, we had women in our company too. So, we had chicks that would sneak screwdrivers in, and, you know what I'm saying, other little weapons and all that. So when we got it on and popping, you know what I'm saying, we was a lot more prepared. What? Hey, what? I'm talking about, what you talking about? I'm just saying, like, nah, we gonna walk out of this victoriously. You don't want to just mess with us type, right? So this was 568. Man. So that company as a whole was just wild. And so when we used to go to the club off post, okay, now this is different. This is where people in the city is at, and everybody. So they know, oh, here come those veterans, or here come the GIs, as they used to call them. Here come the military dudes. Then you got the dudes off post who hate us because we get paid every 2 weeks. Our physique is outstanding, and we train for this shit. So they always like, man, fuck them dudes, man. And you could always tell us because we had, you know what I'm saying, the cuts all low, and all of them had wild shit like that, right? So, you know, now it's like battle outside with these individuals and these individuals. But there was a group of individuals that when they came in, it was like, we not even playing them games. When they walked in, people moved out the way. They went to the section of the club and sat by themselves, and they was wild as fuck within their little container in the corner where they was at. And I used to see them, and you know what I'm saying? We used to be out there getting it in, and these niggas would be grimming us. And so after I beat somebody up, I'll walk over there and grim one of them. Like, yeah, you see how we get down? And my mans came to me one day and was like, hey, man, let me just share something with you. Y'all still beat people up like you in high school. Us, we beat the fuck out of them because this is real life. He walked off, and he was basically telling me, you keep trying to intimidate us with this tough guy shit, and I'm gonna smash your ass. And I'm looking like, who the fuck is these dudes? So I asked my mans, yo, man, who's these dudes that's always in the corner, all the fly chicks, and them niggas is gangster for real? Because, man, they making us look like we for play, man. We need to get at these. And he said, yo, don't do that, man. Them the Knights Templars. I was like, what? The Knights Templars, man. Them dudes is knights, bro. I'm like, knights? You mean like shit? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, that's dope as fuck. How do I become a knight, nigga? That's some dope shit. He man, shut the fuck up. All right, whatever. Right? So I went on about my day. And after a week or two, I keep seeing these cats. And so I start watching them. And I'm seeing them leave the club. And when they get in their cars, they all got these symbols. This symbol with this compass and this ruler or something. And they got a G in the middle. And I'm like, I've seen that before. So go on, I'm a biker, we got bikes, we all riding. So I'm with one of my mans in them, and we hanging out, and he like, yo, let's go to the crib and get some juice or something. Yeah, I mean, some Kool-Aid, I don't know, whatever. And we pulls up, and when he pulls up and he opens the garage, he's like, yo, I'll be back and get us some drinks. I see he got all these symbols on the back of his car. So I'm like, oh, snap. So he comes back out, and I'm like, hey, yo, you a knight? And he looks at me. He was like, a knight? What you know about a knight? And I was like, shit, I know them motherfuckers some real motherfuckers. And I know when they move around, you know what I'm saying, it's highly respected. You know what I'm saying? What they own. Like, you a knight? He was like, yeah, I'm a knight. And I'm like, yo, how does a person become a knight? What that even mean? And he says, to be one, ask one. And I'm like, the fuck that mean? Ain't you one? Yeah. I just asked you. What the fuck is you? He was like, I hear you, man. We'll talk about it later. All right, cool. So look, listen, the story goes on. I get into like little situations where I'm walking around and people is just doing weird shit. I'm at the mess hall and I go to get my food and the person get ready to put the food on my plate and they stop and they look me all in the eyes and I look at them and they say, how was your day today? And I'm like, it's good. How's yours? And they're like, well, thank you. And I'm like, all right, thank you. Food, please. Like, and they give me my food, right? And then I'm, out at the post office, you know what I'm saying? And the person is standing there and they, so how was your day today? And I'm like, it's good. Stamps, please. Indeed. Yeah, right? And I'm like, what the fuck going on? And this should go on for like 2-3 weeks. Everywhere I go, like everything is just kind of like weird. And then once I went through a little something, and then I was blessed to see the individuals around me, all of these different people was part of the community, but they was also part of what I was asking about. And they was doing their own checks, like, how is he gonna respond? Like, man, the fuck, don't worry about my motherfucking day. Give me some fucking potatoes. Fuck you asking about my day for. If that would have been my response, I probably wouldn't have been where I was at. So my boon has always been how I've always been loving and respectful and kicking and cool. And it's not talk some shit. Yeah, talk that. It's cool. I don't know why y'all so soft type of shit, right? That's me. But my character's always been good. So I guess that carried into the whole situation. And this is what I'm saying as an example of this, is this is the type of shit you go through in life. You are already being seeked out. You are already being looked at. When you had your first time saying out your mouth, I want to do da 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 da, I want to experience da 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 da, I want to be da 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 da, you sent a vibration out of response. And now in response, it's okay, well, let us check who you are, what you are, how you are. And with these different things that you give back through your magnetic consciousness, which I spoke about earlier, then these are what's going to set up your quest for what it is that you said you wanted. It's going to be a quest. You're going to have to go through different things. And if you fail, you don't get those things. A lot of people complain about not getting the things they wanted, but it's because they failed the quest. Like if you do the intention manifestations and magic course and you say you're gonna do da 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 da, and then that come and it's time to do it, and you like, man, fuck that course, man, and you don't do it, okay, well, you fail. Like, you can't be mad that you didn't achieve a mission that you verbally and consciously gave away. See, a lot of y'all is because we don't write things down. Some of y'all is because we don't follow up with these things that we write down. And keeping in mind that these spiritual security clearances to these blessings that we are looking for are what we call the trials and tribulations that we walk into while experiencing this journey. Remember the other day I spoke to y'all briefly about, if you watched the live I did the other day, about an impression having to be put onto your visual for a 16th of a second, and then the retina consciousness and connection taking that in has to remain for a 16th of a second, creating 2/16 of a second or 1/8 of a second of time to place an image into the mental, the retina consciousness, and therefore the mental consciousness, and this being a real sight, a real vision, or a reality. The time frame that takes to create this reality is played out in what we call time and space. That time and space is not needed in the conscious realms. It's only needed in the physical realms. Okay, indeed. So I'm being told to shut that faucet off for whatever reason. I'm being told to. So listen, y'all. I love y'all. I just wanted to get on and talk a little bit for a minute about what we at the pad do, what we offer, how we operate. If there's some things that you heard that interest you, that you are interested in, I think I told you what to inbox me, what words for what. That's kind of how I operate, and we can set up a consultation call, and we can talk about the things that you're interested in. If we are a good match for each other to work together, and what exchanges of energy, time, and other things would be needed for those things to take place. And with that, I say that find somebody today and tell them that you love them in a language that they can understand it in. Peace.